Yeah, I think, losing that first game put the motivation factor on us big time for the second game. We didn't want to come back here. In these 2-3-2 setups, I think a lot of times you could take that approach where, you get kind of feel good going home and having three straight games. Even if you lose the first two on the road, you can still get it back into the series. But we didn't want to have that mindset. Game one, we thought we were the better team, and we didn't take care of business. They were opportunistic on their chances. We gave their best goal scorer a chance to have a hat trick, and we gave up a shorthanded goal. So you're not going to have much success doing that against their top guy, but we did a better job of shutting down Jolie in game two, and again, the power play was huge for us.
Any changes that you're going to make coming back home?
Well, there's going to be inevitably changes with the suspensions. With Kravchenko, Maggio out now over the next 3 games for Maj and 4 games for Kravy. We got Trevor Cheek and Artie Teenlin that'll be back into the lineup here. So there'll definitely be some lineup changes for sure come Wednesday. But systematically and stuff like that, we're going to look to make a couple tweaks and try to do a couple things better. But really, we're just keeping our identity the same this whole playoff run, and that's just playing good, hard-nosed common hockey.
So how do those suspensions affect you guys?
Well, I think you take a guy like Maggio who's, doesn't have a letter on his jersey but has wore a letter this year on his jersey at times when we had some captains out. He's a guy that's a big leadership piece, a guy that does it the right way where he's not a big rah-rah guy. He goes out there and leads by example, and he's a big physical presence. He's great on our net front power play where he's been scoring a lot of power play goals. That's a big loss. And Kravchenko was our best centerman on Friday night. He was at 64% on the faceoff dot. So, again, playing against a team like Colorado where possession is key. It starts at the faceoff dot. He was our best centerman on Friday. That was a loss for us for sure on Saturday. But next man in mentality like we've been the whole year with Garrett Bardish. Justin McDonald goes in at center, did a tremendous job. So, we're just going to keep that mindset going.
Is that what you're going to focus on in practice then, is working with these different changes?
Yeah, we got to get a little bit of chemistry going. We'll see who's ready to go. It was an early morning for us this morning, but we want to kind of flush the legs out. It's not going to be a long skate today, but definitely going to work on a couple things and try to get some forward line, some chemistry.
How nice is it knowing that you guys are coming home for 3, and if you guys get a couple, you go back there and all you got to do is win 1?
Yeah, I think, me dealing with me now, guys, I don't look at the big picture. I just looking at Wednesday's game. Wednesday's game, I think you want to try to keep the momentum going. We stole game 2 up there. Now, what are you going to do with it? They're going to come in here and try to steal the momentum back. I would expect their best game of the series come Wednesday. They'll be sharp. They'll be focused. They'll be ready to go. And their coach, I guarantee you, has talked to them about their penalty problems. They should have lost game 1. We should have won game 1. And made them pay for all the penalties they took. They took a lot of penalties in game 2. They lost the game. So really, we could have won easily both games. We really could have easily lost both games. That's what's nice about the Western Conference Finals. 2 teams are evenly matched, but Colorado's taken a lot of penalties so far in this series. I guarantee you they're not going to shoot themselves in the foot here on Wednesday.
How big of a confidence boost is it knowing that you guys got to Canada a couple times here throughout these first couple games too?
Well, it's important. He's a very good goalie, and again, if he can see the pucks, he's going to stop them. So, getting guys to the net front, we got to win those battles. We're not the biggest group up front with our forwards, so we got to scratch and claw our way to the net front to try to get that traffic. Their D are good at boxing out too, so I thought we did a better job the second night in getting to that net front. And again, the power play, we're not running any complicated sets or anything. It's about just getting the puck to the net, trying to get some traffic there and win some battles around the net front, just like our motto is 5-on-5. So I've said it till I'm blue in the face. We're a team we're out-willing teams. We're not going to outskill the Colorado Eagles. That's not what we're trying to do. We got to outwork them, and we got to play a game the very specific way in order to have success.
Is there anything you learned in games 1 and 2 maybe about Colorado that you didn't know going in?
Good question. I think their D-core is more offensive than what I expected. I think Toledo's D-core, if I'm comparing them from our last series, is a little bit more complete in terms of defending in their own end. Just in terms of skating and stuff like that, I think it was a quicker to check type of system that Toledo played. But they're very physical, and that's where you got to tip your hat to Colorado. They're really disrupting us 5-on-5 by being overly physical. So we got to do a better job of handling the physical play when we're on the cycle and trying to find a way of being better 5-on-5.
My last question is your goalie situation. Do you know who's going to start Game 3?
You know, today is going to be nice because yesterday was a travel day. You know, neither goalie got a lot of shots on Sunday. There was obviously not much of a warm-up, as you know by now. And Bartis only had 20 shots on goal, and Hauser didn't see much of anything on Sunday. So, you know, our goalies need some shots today. We'll see how Mike looks, see how Bartis looks, and then we'll make a decision tomorrow.